Hi, welcome back to the channel. I am here on a Friday night. I got to work later than I usually leave, but I brought a bunch of stuff with me that is worth checking out, and so I want to show it off a little bit. This is my big Velo Orange order I just got for my handmade bike. Let's show that off. But I went over to my friend Jeff's house. He had a bunch of bikes. Really, his girlfriend, she had too many bikes and they're trying to clear out some space. So she sold me some stuff cheap, Jeff sold me some stuff cheap. There's some more stuff I gotta pick up. I gotta make room for it. So I gotta come in and work a few hours even though I was out busy doing errands all day today. Helping my sister buy a duplex, beat up old, crappy rental duplex in Vancouver, Washington, where I'll probably end up moving and take the other side. And eventually I'll be able to buy a tough shed and move my shop there. It'll be slightly more inconvenient for my downtown Portland customers and a lot more convenient for Washington customers, I guess. But she gave me this. I was pretty excited. She's like, oh, I got some old road bike. She showed me a bunch of junk that's all just junk I didn't care about. But she showed me this, and I'm pretty excited. So this is an old Legnano. I've always wanted one. It's clearly too small for me. The chrome lugs, weird seat binder. It's got a Campy record seat post. We gotta see what comes out. Campy record bottom bracket. Novo record clamp. Novo record dropouts. Not even frozen. Chrome eyelets. Chrome's a little rough. The paint's a little rough. This is a hot bike. I'm super into it. I'm gonna maybe after I show you everything else, I'm gonna throw this thing in the old stand and we'll check it for the 650D fit. This gorgeous old fork, barely oval, almost round blades. This is old stuff. Oh, it's got the cheaper Campy front dropouts. That's funny. More like the Grand Sport or Cambio Corsa front dropouts. It's got the Nova record rear. Probably really early ones. Huh, I don't know. But this is a cool old Legnano. I used to know somebody at Legnano very similar to this. This is Pride Joy. No headset, but it's got the fork. It's got the seat post, 26.4 seat post. A little heavier, a little older bike. Set this bro out the way for a minute. You ever watch my videos and notice these? These are for like dumbbells, like when you switch the weights and stuff. I found some that are perfect for 1 inch. It's great for 1 inch. Stuff doesn't have headsets. So this bike I paid for, it's a Synergy Bridgestone RB2 made in Japan. Fabrication Japanese. Chromo triple butted tubes and stays. This is a cool bike. It doesn't feel super light. But it is cool. It's an RB2. Paint's pretty good. I have some more modern-y, but still kind of 20-year-old silver parts in good shape. I have a really nice wheel set. These RB2s are pretty notorious for being able to fit at least a 28, sometimes a 30-millimeter tire. So I got some wheel sets, and I got used cranks, got stuff. I might build this up as a bike. I'll probably throw my 650B tools in it just to check, because that'd be pretty hot. But I paid him not too much money for this. Oh, seat post isn't even stuck, and then I gotta check the stem and stuff. Look at this gorgeous thing. I don't know what size it is. I remember when he bought it, I was there, and I was like, dude, if you don't want to build that up, I want to build it up. He's like, no, and then he decided he's not going to build it up because it's too much work. Like, buying bikes are mostly complete to finish. He paid $35 for this, and he sold it to me for $20, so I got a deal. I will be selling it for a lot more than that. A lot more, probably. The last second we were leaving, she's like, oh, you might like this Raleigh International Nervex chrome-plated lugs. Nice big size. 531 decal. Carlton stickers. Campy Novo record dropouts. Chrome stays. Seat stay caps are cracked. I think she said it was dumped in a puddle of water when it froze and it got popped them. And it's got a little dent on this top tube. So is this bike savable? I don't know. I love it. I want it to be savable. Doesn't have the fork. But she's saying to go to Bikes for Humanity. They have a zillion road forks. No one cares about old road bike forks. So I can basically have anyone I want for free or donate a very small amount. So I'm going to go see if there's a cool old fork I like with a whitish crown. Nice tall steerer. Just look through my stuff. I might have something. And maybe I'll save this and just sweat these caps off. I think they were filled with water and then froze. I left it over the freezing snap. I might have cracks and pops. And take these caps off and put new caps on. This dent's a bigger issue. If I can roll this dent, this is that video on rolling dents out. I can try and roll this dent out. So if I can save this dent and these caps, then this is a badass frame. Badass Reynolds 531 Raleigh International chrome nerve. So the chrome's got a little bit of pitting, but a little chrome polish. Make them look amazing and brand new again. Oh, there's something going on with this head tube. It like sinks into this lug. There's something wrong with this frame. This head tube took a hit. There's no like frontal damage here or there, but there's like some sort of a ripple right here. I'm not gonna save this frame, but you know what? I'm gonna cut this head tube off and maybe I'll make it into a pen holder or something. It's so cool. Chrome Nervex 531 lugs. Chrome. Oh, this is a tragedy. This frame is cool. One other frame. She said I could just have it if I wanted it. This felt, I don't know, some aluminum modern-y road bike. I do not care about it at all. It's got the cool clamp-on thing with the rack mount built in. It's got a cable hanger. It's got some silver Tektro brakes. It's got a kind of scruffy, short cage, worn out Ultegra derailleur. It's got Ultegra front derailleur, Ultegra cranks, all scruffy. It's not really worth anything. I wanted it for the parts anyways to waste my time with. I don't know why. Could not help myself. I grabbed it. Whatever, it's free. It's worth the time of the parts. She did say that they want a bunch of these old racks for Bikes for Humanity, and I have 7 or 8 other old racks that I don't care about, no one cares about. Put them up for sale once in a while, but mostly sit around and barely ever sell them. So I might go donate them all while I go look for that. Well, I was going to look for a fork that roll. I don't need to now. Well, also just sitting in a milk crate out in the rain, he had a Tektro 556. It's a short recessed nut rear. I think I have the extra one of these I was trying out on 650 bikes, especially on the, where's my bike? No idea what it is. It just be losing bikes in here. That Austro Daimler thing. It was in a wet puddle, and now it's dry. It's real scruffy, so this might become a frame builder break. Sell the nicer ones. So this is a Campy Raleigh rear derailleur. It's got a cracked pulley. I think the Sun Tour pulleys are the same size as the Campy ones. You can swap them right out. It might be the Shimano. I don't remember. So it's not a big deal to replace the pulleys. I just won't say Campy. It's missing the bolt. I don't know if this is specific to the Raleigh or if it's the same for Nova Record and stuff. I think I have some extra Nova Record ones. I used to have one of these. The very first handmade bike I ever made. I got new old stock Nova Record dropouts. Got new old stock Mayfac Candy Bosses. I got all new old stock Brazons. Built myself a vintage touring bike. Built it with all 1974 Campy components, including this Raleigh. I think these were out in '74, and also the one and only year Campy Nova Record front triple crank set. That was 1974. So I got that crank. I got this Raleigh rear derailleur. Blah blah blah. So I have a soft spot for it. It was just in a box, just getting rained on, started to rust. So I grabbed it. I wasn't going to sell it separately, but with the RBT and these 2 other touring bikes that I'm going to buy. One is a Bridgestone T700. I don't know what that is. It must be a little lower than the RBT. T700 complete bike, and also this Bianchi touring bike complete bike. I'm buying both those complete bikes, which I may or may not 650 mod, or may not just tune up and sell. I already have this Raleigh I need to tune up and sell. So many touring bikes. I love old touring bikes. They're the best bikes. But I also got this Velo Orange order, and I want to show it off. I think this is called their granola bar. It's the only 31.8 bar I've ever bought for myself. It's got just a tiny bit of rise and a little back sweep. I got the built-in head lug extension. Got a couple room for a few spacers in this. I'm hoping it'll be high enough. Otherwise I'll have to buy a different cruisery, more cruisery bar. But it is a bright silver anodized aluminum. It's surprisingly only 650 millimeters wide, which is kind of narrow for modern bars, but I still think will be wide enough. I think most of my cruiser bars I have on vintage bikes are like 55. They do seem a little narrow. This is 65. 10 centimeters wider. That's 2 inches. So granola bar. I really wanted to VO this bike out. So granola bar. This is junk I brought from home. This is some reflective duct tape for fun from the dollar store. I got these magnetic clamps from the dollar store. I love these. I put them all over the sides of toolboxes and hang things from them. I want to VO this bike out, so I got these bars. I got a seat post I very much like and have used many, many times on many, many bikes over the last decade. This is the Velo Orange Grand Cru Super Setback seat post. So it's a little bit more anode than the bright silver, but it pretty much matches everything else. It's a little bit duller. 27.2. It sits back like a centimeter farther than most seat posts. So it gets you back a little farther, which is great for leather saddles. Leather saddles were all designed back when bikes had like 68-degree seat tubes. They're like 74-degree seat tubes now. So instead of being here, it's a little stiffer, so you're a little more here. So you're inches forward. So this helps get you back a little bit more. It's a double bolt, which is nice. You get the micro adjusting, you get your saddle angle just right. It's nothing more frustrating than having a seat post with bad adjustment. You can have your seat exactly here or exactly there, and you really want to be here. So you're always just the wrong angle. Grand Cru Micro Adjusts. 2-bolt. I also got my favorite things ever the Velo Orange makes. It is a all-silver locking skewer. It takes a special tamper-proof 5mm Allen wrench. I love these. I swear they've been out of these for years. About 4 sets of them. I always find these new old stock. I buy any used one I come across. I just couldn't get them. Sunlight also makes these in black, or used to. You can't find those anymore. They were all black. The Velo Orange one's a little different. The threading is longer on them. So these Velo Orange ones work for 130 or 135 spaced wheels. I think I've done them on 126 wheels too. But the Sunlight makes 2 different versions. They make a 130 hub version, 135 hub version. So the actual real skewer is a different length with a different amount of threads. You can't interchange them, so be careful if you find the Sunsets. I also buy all of those I find out. To keep the theme going, I keep thinking about making my own stem, and I keep being like, ugh, I might someday. But to keep the theme going, I got this silver, it's like 90mm, 31/8, slight positive rise, bright silver, Velo Orange stem. Match the seat post and bars. And I'm just totally guessing on the fit. I have no idea I'm going to like those bars. I don't know if I'm going to want to get a longer or shorter stem. They make this in longer or shorter lengths. Or maybe I'll just try and dial it in and then make the stem someday. Here's my expensivest part of this order. I got me the Velo Orange silver disc brake 32-hole rear hub. It's a bright silver anode, so Velo Orange, it matches all the other parts. It's got axle caps you can swap out, so you can do this 135 quick release, or you can do a 142 through axle by just popping these caps off and swapping the other ones on. It's got a steel hollow axle in there. Sealed bearings. I've had insanely good luck with Velo Orange hubs. It's also shockingly light. I had no idea how light this was going to be. And I hear they're a little loud, but this is a pretty modern bike. It can sound a little bit buzzy. That's fine with me. It's like 165 bucks. But finding silver disc stuff is like impossible, especially bright silver. I'm pairing this. My wheel builder had a Sun 28 high polish disc front hub, which is the only way they make disc hubs apparently from Sun. I usually do the wide body deluxe. It's a little heavier duty. It has a steel axle. The rest have an aluminum axle. But I went with that, so I'm going to do. He had one in stock, so I'm going to pair it to this. We did the same thing for Avery's bike. We just did, if you watch their videos and watch Instagram, that brand new 64cm Rivendell. I talked him into high polish Atlases, Velo Orange rear hub, Sun front hub, and I got high polish Atlases, Velo Orange rear hub, Sun front hub. So really, you really have a type. You get a taste for specific things, and this other stuff just doesn't really cut it, man. They sent me this little packet, a couple extra of the locking Allen wrench skewers. I always like to have extras for these. People always forget them or lose them. I got some Diacomp shift plate washers, little plastic washers. They go on the outside of their shifters before the lock nut, because I have some old Rivendell Silver Canties, old Rivendell Silver bar end shifters. That's broken plastic washers. I think these are the same. Velo Orange had them in stock. And they sent me this cool, juicy Velo Orange sticker. They're so cool. It's so sticker. I got myself this. I think I have this on my rando bike too. It is their machined aluminum rear fender reflector. So it's like an angle, so you can put it like down on the round part of the fender and have it stick out. They're not light, but they're very pretty and very nicely made. I wish they were hollower or lighter, but you know, you're not really gonna notice. It's okay to go a little heavy on one part like this to avoid ugly plastic reflectors or not having a reflector at all, which is just crazy. People drive me insane here. I also got myself a set of the VO 650B smooth 58mm fenders. I think these will fit. They're pretty shallow and they're pretty wide. I think they'll fit over the 48mm tires I'm using, so they're gonna be up really high. I have to move down a little lower, maybe want to make sure it's not daylight. They're pretty shallow. Nice silver fender. The Velo Orange fenders are the easiest metal fenders to install. They usually need much less work. I like them. I have a wholesale account with Velo Orange. It's very nice. I've emailed a couple places that carry Honjos, which I also love and are amazing. They're a lot more work. They're a lot more money, and no one's gotten back to me, so I don't have an account with them yet. But I was probably gonna go VO either way because I'm VOing out this bike. I also got a couple of sets of the fat 63mm road fenders for 700cc for a customer. Those are in here too. The rest of the stuff's all on my new handmade bike. What do you say we throw some of these bikes in the old stand and put the dummy wheel checker on and see what they're gonna do? I have these skewers in stock now. I basically price match with Velo Orange. Some of the little stuff I have to charge a little bit more for, like $1, but it'll save you $15 in shipping. But otherwise, I price match them, so it's just as cheap to get it through me than to have to order it through them and pay shipping. And I'm conveniently in town same day. And if you want something special and don't want to do the shipping, let me know and want to support my shop, and I will order you whatever from them with my next order and have it hanging out for you. All right, let's check this bad boy. Dip in my 130 dummy axles, probably 126 face frame. We can just squeeze it a little bit. This is the Han Rossmann tire checker. He's a frame builder out of Seattle. He's in Europe right now. But he sells this for like $30. I think the new version of this is like a cooler, dark gray plastic, and it's a better design. All the wheel checker things can clip onto it, and I think it comes with like a 3D printed dummy axle too. That fits the front or any of the rear sizes, which would be nice because I'm always trying to find dummy axles. I'm gonna order one. This is not top priority. This one works. It's just a little bit broken. 650B 38. Just got an inch on both sides up here. Moment of truth. Tight bottom bracket shell. Ooh, 650B 38 fits, man. Stop moving. It's only got like 3 to 4 millimeters on each side. I really want 5 or 6. There's no dimple in here. I could easily add just the tiniest little squeeze and make this fit 650B 38s, probably even 42s. Let's check the front. Oh, let's really get a view of this. And 650B has 7 or 8 millimeters on each side. The 38. I wish maybe try this. 42 is what kids really want. I mean, the Psychos want 48s, but I really think 650 38s on road bikes is heaven and the truth. This fits, it's tight, but it's got 4 to 5 millimeters clearance on each side. It's the bare minimum of still being totally acceptable and fine. And the 42 touches on both sides, so I have to really dimple the crap out of it to make that work. But boy, this could be a 700C bike. This could be a 650B bike pretty easy. I want to know what size you is. I've got 55 by 55.5. So we're going to call this a 55 centimeter RB2. I love it. It's cool. It's too small for me, thankfully. I had a silver one my size. Sad about it. Let's check this stem too. So if any of you guys are interested in this frame, I will put it up on Craigslist or on probably Craigslist, probably eBay for $100 as is. or 150 with a slight dimple and respacing and realigning for 650B. All it needs is some Tektro long-range brakes, some of these 556s or 559s. You got yourself a road bike, any parts you want. Look good. Head setting feels good. Oh, no issues. Totally loosey-goosey. If you're ever gonna buy a bike, number one thing you gotta do is make sure the stem and seat posts aren't frozen in place. Stuck seat posts cost sometimes, stuck stems, that's way rarer. And the next thing you do is you rub the down tube right here, the top tube, make sure there's not a little ripple from it being frontal and have the tubes be warped and bent. Because sometimes a frontal bike will ride just fine for a while, and the next time you hit a big curve or a big pothole, it's already super weak and it'll just collapse on you. Banging, banging. Let's check this Legnano. It's got a 3 and a 9 stamped on the lug. Maybe it's a, I have no idea. But let's measure it. It's like a 54 and a half by 55. Might just call it a 55. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 55. 55 centimeter Legnano. Old bike, round stays coming all the way up. See no damage other than just, usage. The paint's sort of coming off in my hands. Seat post clamp on. Loosen the stand, never clamp tightly onto a frame. It's a very weird seat binder. It's got some stretch and some stress on the front. Or that's because the bolt is damaged. People over tighten stuff and the bolt bends into a U shape and they stick it in again all wrong, over tighten it again. Loosey-goosey. Oh yeah, that moves. Cool. Cool, Dad. Cool. Oh, no, this whole bolt is like cam-shaped. Oh, yeah. So it's a cam shape with like a notch in it to go around the seat post. We tighten it, pulls it against the roundness of the seat post. So that is probably totally normal. Yeah, the other side's got the other rest of the cam. Normal and cool. Might be weird. It is cool. Let's check her out. I bet it's a 120 space. I have a dummy axle for that because track bikes. 650B 42. Tons of clearance up here. Bottom bracket's usually the tightest spot. Usually. Oh, it clears. It's only got 3 or 4 millimeters. It's also heavily dimpled. I can't make it clear better. It's got 3 or 4 millimeters, maybe 38s would be better. 42s are probably fine as long as you're using high quality wheels, good spokes, so they're true. I can't add more dimple if something's already heavily dimpled. The shape of whatever dimpling tool they used did its job, man. God, it's kind of a beautiful fork. I think I have some of these crowns in the old stock. I think they're like a 60s Chinelli crown. 650B 42. Oh yeah. So that's tight. It's no tighter than the back. It's got at least 4 millimeters on each side. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So we can click back and forth in there some. It's a pretty old bike though. Somebody might want it for original sake more than 650B conversion on. I'll put it up for sale first. Before I do any work on them. Just in case someone wants it to do a 700C old school can't be built on. Or if someone wants to offer or that, it's kind of easier to sell bikes that are already done, but then I always want to do them to people's taste, but people don't even know what their taste are. So I gotta raise this money for moving my sister's duplex. My rent is going to double. Too much people in the bike industry, including myself, subsidize the cost of their stuff because their spouse has a real job, or because they're doing it for fun after hours, using their own money to buy tools and space and equipment, selling bike parts and services for way too little because they don't really need the rent desperately. But that ain't me anymore. Prices are going up. I'm telling people on the internet, March is probably the last cheap month, and my prices are definitely going up a bunch. I'll still be the cheapest professional frame builder in town, but they're going up. And if I get this new place and my rent doubles, I'm gonna try and buy like a $10,000 tough shed to put in the back and wire the back and put a cement pad down and move my shop into the backyard of this place. That's gonna cost me $15,000. Prices might go up to the same price as most other professional frame builders. So get some work done now, help support me, keep me going, and get it while it's cheap. All right, thanks for watching.